Hey guys, Kilko here, and I'm back to show you guys another one of my Maya tutorials. And in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to rig a Minecraft character. And so, this is what you're going to get out of this. You're going to get working arms and legs, and movable head, movable torso. And yeah, so what you're going to want to do is start a new scene naturally, and you're going to want to make sure over here on this top bar, and when you right click the grid, if you actually hover your mouse over it, it'll say grid, so that's how you know. Now right click it and do grid options, and feel free to pause the video if you need to. Make sure your settings are exactly as this: length and width 12.000, grid lines every 5, and subdivisions put to 40. And if any of the I'm not sure if these settings over here are already like this from default, but anyways, make sure they're like that. Alright, now what you're gonna want to do, the first noticeable thing in the visual is you're gonna want to go into polygons and make sure snap to grids is on. It's very important. If it's not on, it won't work at all and your measures will be completely inaccurate and random. Go into polygon cube, and you can see our grid is the units are really small, so make sure you make start out with a 4x4 looking plane, and then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you can go ahead and press 5 on your keyboard. That'll give it some shading. And then go up here in the top right, and the third icon in the top right, show or hide the attribute editor, and click on polycube and add 2 divisions to everything right here, width, height, and depth. Alright, so now that we've done that, you can go ahead and copy paste the leg. Now we have 2 legs. Now you want to go ahead and make the body. This tutorial might be pretty long. I have a feeling it's going to last a long time. So go ahead and do the body. The body should be 4x8. 4 blocks in depth, 8 blocks in width, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 blocks in height, 3, 4. Oh my god. Thanks for messing it up. My computer always does that shit, especially during a tutorial. But anyways, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, okay, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's hope that's 12. Okay, yeah, it's 12. Alright, set that right on top right there. If you don't already know how to move things, just go into the move tool right here where my mouse is, and you can choose to move in every axis. So hopefully you already know that, or else this might be kind of advanced for you. But it's pretty primitive and basic for now. So now you're gonna do the arms. There's no need to redo the arms. The arms are the same length, the exact same dimensions as the legs. So that can be done really quickly. Now you're gonna want to do the head, which is 8x8 in every way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. Now you gotta be 8 block. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that should be 8. to set the head on top like this, right in the middle of the shoulders, like that. Make sure it's on the middle, like that. Alright, now we're going to go into boning. We're going to bone the character. It can be a bit more complicated, so try to follow. You might have some difficulty. So press the spacebar on your keyboard and you'll see this. Click on Maya and keep holding and let go on front view. Or depending on how your character is positioned on the grid, it can be side view. So just make sure the front is facing you. And turn on X-ray. That's pretty important. And make sure you're always still on snap to grids. So go on animation right here. Really important. Click on the joint tool. And what you're gonna want to do is make the arms. So I'm gonna show you how to do that right here. Put one right there, another one exactly in the middle right there, another one right on the edge, and alright, so you're gonna want to press spacebar and go back to perspective view. And something really important, we're gonna actually make a bend in the arm. And yeah, I think we can go ahead into front view. Well, it might be side view for you, it depends. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a bend in the arm. That's really important for our rig. So click on this joint right here in the middle and press insert on your keyboard. Well, first press the move tool and then press insert on your keyboard. Then you're gonna want to move it a little bit. You're gonna want to move it back a little bit. But I suggest you turn off snap to grids before you do that, because the movement of that will be too drastic. So just leave it like that, like not the whole, like half a thing back, so half a unit back. And now turn back on snap to grids. Now press the space bar, click on Maya, go back to perspective view. Pause the video anytime if you feel like you're lost and replay the video, part of the video. Now your bone has a curve in it, not a curve, but a bend. It's slightly bent. Now remember, we're still in snap to grid, so that's really extremely important. Now you can go on your keyboard and hold Control D and move that to your other arm, and then alright, now you can go ahead and do Control D once more and put it in the legs. But this time the leg, you can tell like when it's in the middle, so try and look in every try to look in every perspective you can. Alright, so still not in the middle. Alright, my bone still isn't in the middle. There you go. It should be in the middle. Alright, yeah, now it's in the middle. But the knees are backwards, so I'm gonna have to go and change that in front view. For me it's front view. The knees go opposites. So again, press on click on the move tool. Make sure you're clicking on the bone and not the mesh. Click on the bone. And now insert on your keyboard once again. Turn off snap to grids. Watch carefully, okay? Put it right there. there's no exact number for this, but the numbers are here if you want to see, if you want to be exact for no reason. You don't have to, just do what I did. Turn on snap to grids once again. Go back, so a spacebar, my perspective view. Hopefully you know how to get back from there. And now you just want to copy paste. So remember, click on it and on the move tool, Control D, click on the blue one right there. Move it into place. Again, this tutorial might be a bit long. I'm sorry for that, but it's alright, so now that our thing is in the middle, I'm gonna go back to spacebar, my side view. It's either side view or front view for you, depending on how you created, where you created your thing. Now you can go create the bones for the body. But alright, first thing, I forgot to say this. Click on the body and go into this again in the top right, the attribute editor. Click on polycube, which is the body. Put 2 for width, two divisions for the width, 2 divisions for well, actually 4 divisions for the height and 2 divisions for the depth. So now close that, go back into side view or whichever. Now you can go create some bones for that. It's taking a bit long, but I gotta do what I gotta do to show you this. Make 3 bones, preferably starting from the bottom, ending at the top. So the connections, the triangle should be pointing upwards. Alright, and now you want to go and modify. You're gonna go and modify that, and make sure the horizontal lines in these circles are perfectly on these lines going across the body. So I'm just gonna have to click on it, click on the move tool, insert. See that? Yeah, perfectly aligned. This one is perfectly aligned. Now align the bottom one. We'll align the bottom one. There you go. That's perfectly aligned. Now that we made the body, the bones for the body, you're gonna want to click on this leg, hold shift, click on the other leg, and then you're still holding shift, click on the body. Now press P. It'll attach the legs, which will parent them to the body, right? To the spine. Yeah. You want to do the same thing with the arms. So remember what I told you, shift and click on each one of them. First click on the arms, then click on the body. The top part of the spine. Now press P. And you may want to adjust this in perspective mode because it might not be perfect like mine is. But mine turned out to be pretty well. Now go back into side view. And now you want to create a bone right in the middle, right there, and one right there. And go into perspective view. You can go ahead and click on that. Parent it with this. So again, shift, click on that thing in the head. Shift, well, still holding shift, click on the collarbone. Now that that's perfectly in the center, make sure this ball right here I clicked on, not this one at the top, this one right there, is perfectly in the center of the head. And before we're gonna have to do this later, let's do this right now. Click on the head, click on the attribute editor, polycube again. Add 2 divisions in each way. Try to follow as well as you can. Now, take the top ball. Well, click on that first. Go into side view. Well, go into front view. Might be side view, but you're gonna have to find out which one is yours. Click, and now click on, press insert. Move it by dragging the yellow ball in the middle. Press insert again to become back to normal. Go back to perspective view. Alright, so now that we've done that, you want to go and add an IK handle to your bones, which is very important. Now go to the animation. Click on this ball with 3 red things sticking out of it, the IK handle tool. How you want to do this, you want to click on the top of your arm and then the bottom. And make sure to test it to see if it works well and it bends perfect. Alright. So if you move something and you want it to go back in the position it was before, you can go ahead and do Control Z. That's the shortcut for undo. So just in case you didn't know that, I have to take into consideration a lot of stuff that beginners in Maya don't know. But alright, do the same thing for the other arm and the legs. You're not going to need to do this for the body. There'll be something else. Animation. Alright. And you'll see that works fine. Alright. So you use these by selecting this weird line thingamajig here. So that'll be kind of hard to select once you're animating in an environment. So you're gonna want to go into curves and create a circle of a size similar to the feet. So there you go, created a circle. Now you're gonna want to move it and attach it to bone snap it to the foot. Press V and hold V while moving. V and drag with the little yellow thing. Now copy paste that. So Control D, move it V, and move it to there. Let go V. Alright. So you can go and Control, copy paste that again. Put one on the arms. We'll put one for the arms. Yep. Okay. Now just make sure you're following this really closely. It's really important. So these are called these are curves. So these are gonna be the things you're gonna want to select. So like, let's say you want to move the arm, this right arm. So in the end, you're gonna want to select this to be able to move it. So right now it doesn't do anything, but the way you're gonna want to do this is you're gonna want to select this weird line thing that comes with the IK handles, and then Shift, and make sure you haven't selected anything else but the IK handle selector thing and the curve. So first this line, then the curve. Press P. So that'll make it so that when you select the curve, it'll make it so you can select the bones easier. So go ahead and do that for all your limbs. Alright. So now you can see it moves everything perfectly. So now that I might have to do a different video for texturing this rig. I'm actually gonna have to find that out myself too. So I'll find out and I'll make a video about it. Now make another curve for for the body, for all the 3 joints in the body, you're gonna make a much bigger curve. Make one about this size right here. Press V, snap it right there. You know what? We can go ahead and make that smaller. So yeah, Control D, yeah, copy. Control D, V. V is to snap. As you can see, when you press V, every time I press V, it highlights this thing. So that means snap to points. Now that we have this, you should probably make another one for the head. Control D, V, like you hold V the whole time. Snap it right there to that ball right there. Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is select the curve, shift, select the collarbone, do constrain, orient, click on this little box right there. Make sure that maintain offset is on, or else it will not work and ruin your rig. So you're gonna want to apply that, and you're gonna see that it works. When you select your curve, it turns pink. So again, do that for the middle ring of your body. It's always the circle first, then the bone. Constrain, orient. So if you're kind of confused in this tutorial, then I suggest that you watch some more beginner tutorials. I don't think this is that advanced though. So do that again. As you can see right here is the root for the whole body. So constrain, orient again. And the next thing you're going to want to do is select the top ring. Now select the middle ring, press P, parent those together. Now select the middle ring and select the bottom ring, press P, so that the bottom ring controls everything above and the middle ring controls everything above. Alright, so now you're going to want select the ring around the head and then select the collarbone ring, the top ring, well also known as the top ring, and press P, so that when you move the top of, so you move your collarbone, well you move your shoulders and stuff, your head will follow. So again, you're going to want to select the ring around the head and select the bone in the middle. And alright, and now you want to actually hold on. Don't mind that. Now you want to click on the curve, then the bone in the middle, do constrain, orient. Now we're getting near the end. Now the thing that comes next is we want to bind the bones to our rig. So just make sure once again that all your bones work properly, and they should if you followed my instructions properly. So what you're going to want to do, select each joint in a bone, like your arm. So 1, 2, 3, and then you gotta select the mesh. So make sure the bone's white and the mesh is it's green, or yeah. Then you want to go to skin, bind skin, smooth bind, and click on the square beside it. Make sure your settings are like this exactly. Bind to selected joints, bind method, closest in hierarchy, skinning method, dual quaternion, and normalize weights, post. Allow multiple bind poses, make sure max influence is on 5, maintain max influences on 4.0, and remove unused influences and colorize skeleton. So all you want to do is bind skin, and when you move your arm, it should go like this. So really nicely. Now you want to go ahead and do this for everything else. Skin, bind, skin, smooth, bind. Alright, skin, bind, skin, smooth, bind. Sometimes you want to make sure it works, because it's a difference if you only select this and that, or if you just select that, just the top one, because it looks like the whole thing is selected, right? If you do that, if you only select one, and then you select the mesh, and then you do it, you'll see it won't turn out well. So make sure you select all 3 while holding shift. Keep it like, select 1, 2, 3, 4, like, hold shift the whole time. Constrain. Actually, what am I saying? Bind, skin, smooth, bind. So everything should be. So when you do this, when you select the torso, it should actually do that properly. And now I suppose if you click on the middle, so the hips, and then that, you press P. That should work. So when you select the bottom of the body, the bottom curve, it should select the whole thing, like that. Now, there's only 2 things left to do. The head, so you want to select both bones in the head. It's just these 2 right there. And then you select the head. Skin, bind, skin, smooth, bind. I believe it's like this. You select the head first, then the top ring of the body. Yeah, okay. The head first, then the top ring. Well, or the collarbone is the same thing. Associate that to each other. The collarbone or the top ring. It's the same thing in my tutorial, so if I've used those 2 different words, it means the same thing. Anyways, I think this tutorial has run long enough. So there's only one last thing to do here. You want to select all the joints in the body, and then the body. Skin, bind, skin, smooth, bind. So now, when you select that, you're gonna see everything is gonna move properly the way that you want it to. And there's one last thing to do. So I believe everything I wanted to cover is pretty much done in this tutorial. There's only one last thing to do. Make a big circle for the whole rig. Do V. Make sure, put it right in the middle, right there. One thing you can do is select the middle, select the bottom ring in your, select the bottom ring, and then select everything else, such as the top one, and then select all this stuff right here. Don't select any of the mesh, and then select the circle. So if the circle is green, then it's fine. You can press P. So now that when you select the circle, it selects everything, and you get to move everything. This is so if you want to move the whole entire mesh. And again, make sure that the feet are selected too, and then you want to do that so that when you move it, the feet don't move. Alright, now that's good. So I hope you have all enjoyed this video. My name is Kilko, and I will doing okay, that was kind of a fail of an outro, but I'll be doing some more tutorials in the future, so please subscribe for some more tutorials, and if this helped a lot, leave a like and a comment in the bottom of the video right there. So my name is Kilko, and I'm out, guys. Peace. Hope you've all enjoyed this tutorial.